The Geek presents Vader's Castle, a Star Wars podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to Vader's Castle, live from Mustafar. It is Wednesday, and it is also May 24th. A lot of stuff to talk about today. You all know what it's going to be about. It's going to be about the Vanity Fair covers. For those of you listening on iTunes or Podomatic or SoundCloud, go check out my YouTube channel, The Geek Blend, all one word. I'm going to post this podcast on there and also show images basically here and there of what they released today. That's my goal. So hopefully that'll happen. But the podcast is going to be released on iTunes, of course, Podomatic, SoundCloud. And then I'll try to get it up on YouTube with all those pictures by the end of the week. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about the covers first, okay? I'm going to go through and break down each segment of the article, kind of little things here and there. I'm using... I think Dork Side of the Force is what I'm doing right now. I'll probably pull from Star Wars Newsnet and Making Star Wars as well. So we're going to just kind of go through some stuff really quickly and just talk about this. Our first cover shows Rey and Luke on Skellig Michael, basically in the same outfit they had on in the end of The Force Awakens. Not a lot new there. Looks like Luke has a glove covering his robotic hand, so that's not showing on that one. So let's get to the next cover, which is for Captain Phasma, Kylo Ren, and General Hux. Captain Phasma has no helmet on and has a very cool looking spear, kind of pike weapon. I'm guessing that's going to be her weapon of choice in The Last Jedi. And then we move over to Kylo Ren, and his outfit, except for basically the under Starkiller base coat that he wore, like his underrobes, I mean, I think the only thing that looks different, of course, is he's got a cape. And it actually looks like a little bit... Maybe it looks actually like the same material. Never mind. It looks like the same material as the last costume. So for all you Kylo Ren costume cosplayers out there and 501st members, you can just add a cape, like take off the outer cloak and the robe, and then just add the cape, and you'll be all right. But I wonder if we're not going to see him without a helmet on, or with a helmet on at all in the movie, because he has a helmet on, or he does not have a helmet on in the image. And also Phasma doesn't either, and people are jumping to the conclusion, well, she's going to have her helmet off the whole movie. I'm not going to take this as confirmation either way. We did see Kylo Ren's helmet broken in the Last Jedi trailer, so other than that, I'm going to assume that she's probably going to have her helmet on most of the time, and there might be a scene, we might get a scene in the movie where he actually breaks his helmet, or destroy, or can't salvage it, or something like that. Maybe that's why it's destroyed, but I hope he does wear his helmet, because they really, really pushed that character's look so hard for the Force Awakens promos, like the posters, all the figures had that mask on it. So I hope that he does have the mask on at some point, or gets it back, or redesigns it somehow to where it still has that classic look we already know, but has a new aesthetic to it as well. So moving over to General Hux, he doesn't look much different. His hair's a little bit more slicked back in this one. And he has more of a, I guess it looks like the same coat he had on in Force Awakens, but the big take I have off this cover is Kylo Ren's new costume with the cape, and Phasma with no helmet, and her new awesome spear like pike weapon. So that's about all I'm going to take away from that cover. I'm not going to say definitively that she's never going to have her helmet on. I think she will. And I hopefully they will do something different with his helmet, so he will continue to wear one at some point. Because I know he worships his grandfather so much, to have him not have that helmet on at all through the film would basically negate everything he said, and you saw in his chambers where he was basically worshiping his grandfather. So I think at some point he's going to have some kind of helmet on, whether it be his old one or his old helmet with like a new schematic to it, or a new look, maybe more of a Vader-esque look to it. I think he will wear it. Then the next cover shows Poe Dameron, Finn, and Kelly Tran's character, which is Rose. Not a lot on this cover either, but it looks like Finn is still sporting Poe's jacket, even though it was cut in half on the back when Kylo Ren cut him off the back. I'm sure it'll be stitched up, or maybe he'll get a new jacket or a new version. Poe's got a new jacket on, looks like there. Not much difference in their look as well. I'm very interested in this Rose character to see what she's going to bring to the film. It sounds like to me, from when I've read for Making Star Wars and some other leaks, so spoilers ahead if this is true, just kind of throw that out there. But apparently her and Finn go undercover in the First Order as officers, because apparently there were reports of seeing them both in First Order officer outfits. And I don't think Finn's going to go back to the First Order. I think he would more likely probably jump ship, or not jump ship, but go undercover to infiltrate the First Order. And I wonder if that's where Captain Phasma will start to hunt him down. Because I do think for part of the film, she's going to be going after him, or if she finds out he's still alive. Because maybe Kylo Ren told everybody, oh, I killed that dude. Like, I basically almost cut him in half. So maybe he doesn't even know, or maybe they don't know that Finn's still alive. So I'm thinking that's what's going to happen, is she might find out he's still alive and start going after him. But it's going to be really cool to see that dynamic, because basically he just left her to die in a garbage dumpster, garbage chute. So, but the best cover, in my opinion, is absolutely the Leia cover. Not just because it's Carrie Fisher and what it means for Star Wars fans, but her outfit is so regal and it looks more like a leader. Like, I didn't hate her outfit in The Force Awakens, but it just didn't scream leader of the Resistance to me. Like, it really didn't. This image completely comes off the page as this is a leader in some form of society or government. So this is definitely the leader of the New Republic now, or the Resistance. I wonder if they're just going to become the Resistance completely, or how that's going to work. So, but yes, this is my favorite cover. I love her costume. I love her robe, outer robes. It looks so regal and so elegant. It's just perfect for Leia. It makes you, it kind of harkens back to Leia when she always wore those regal kind of outfits in Empire and Return of the Jedi. Well, Empire, especially on Cloud City. But yeah, that's a great cover. It really, really is a great cover. So to see her in that General Leia Organa, like, just, she has that feel like she's a leader, because she's a general. So why not give her the look of a leader? I mean, those covers look really, really well done. So I'm going to really quickly just kind of move through some articles here. So if I kind of stutter, I'm sorry. But Kelly Marie Tran is playing a new character called Rose Tico. Not really much is known about her character, so we kind of are just waiting to see what they kind of give us. She was revealed that at Celebration that she is a maintenance worker for the Resistance. Apparently, she has a significant amount of screen time as well. Dorkside is basically saying they take that to mean that she'll either be a main character on the level of Finn and appear in the majority of the film, or she'll be more of a secondary main character like Lando in the Empire, and only have like screen time in the latter half or like half of the film. I kind of think that her role is going to be, it's going to be a big character like they're saying, but I don't think she's going to be main character like Rey or Luke or Kylo or Snoke even. I think Snoke's going to have a way bigger role in this one. So I think she'll kind of be on the back like Poe and Finn and her. They'll have their stories, but it's not like the main stories, because Poe was supposed to die in The Force Awakens. They had no intent of bringing him back, but because they brought him back, and then fans gravitated towards that character so well, and same with Finn, like, we all love those new characters, so they had to make more room for these characters, I believe. And I think the movie will be a little bit longer than The Force Awakens because of that, but I don't think she's going to have like half or like 3/4 of the movie screen time. I think she's going to have half or less with the same amount as Finn, because we still have to get a lot from Kylo and Luke and Rey and Snoke. We have to have that first. That's the main story arc. And their stuff is kind of like side story stuff. Like Luke's with Yoda was the main story arc in Empire, but we had that side story arc with Leia, Han, Chewie, R2, and C-3PO running from the Empire. So I think that's kind of be that kind of a feel to it. That's going to be that much screen time. And yes, Han and Leia, and they had a lot of screen time, but Luke, it was his film. He had way more screen time. He had a lot of time with Yoda, and on Cloud City with Vader, it was a lot of Luke. And I think we're going to get a lot of Rey and a lot of Luke split between Kylo Ren and Snoke, and then these characters will get what's left over in the film. So, one more thing we know about Rose. Rose is the first female main character in Star Wars who is also Asian American. So very diverse and very amazing for her to be the first Asian American lead female role in a Star Wars film. Kudos to Lucasfilm for that. That's really great. Okay, so let's kind of go to the next thing. And the next story I see is basically just breaking down Captain Phasma's weapon. So basically, since I kind of already discussed it, let's kind of discuss what it possibly might be. A lot of people were speculating exactly what I was thinking when I saw this. Is this going to be kind of like an electro staff? Kind of, is it going to be something? Because we saw with The Force Awakens that the First Order is trained to deal with lightsabers. So is this going to be something that she knows for a fact? She can go into a battle hardcore with a Jedi, or someone who's training as a Jedi, or somebody like Finn who just picked up a lightsaber, who I still have a theory that he might be force sensitive, and we'll get into that in another video. But if he has a lightsaber, or anybody she's dealing with has a lightsaber, is this an electro staff or something that can block a lightsaber blade? So we know from Legends materials that there are different kinds of metals that will stand up to lightsabers. So that'd be cool if they kind of brought that back into canon. But it's just very hard to see the image of the weapon itself. It's just very kind of hard to make out a lot of detail, and it looks very plain if you kind of look at it from what it shows, which makes me think there's more to it once it's activated. So just kind of take a look at that picture, guys, and what do you think? Do you agree? Do you think it's kind of simplified because when it's like ignited or activated, it kind of brings on like a force field kind of thing that she's uses, kind of like an energized weapon? I kind of think that's what it is. Also, the same thing with the spear size. Gwendolyn Christie is very tall. She is 6 feet 3 inches tall. This spear is taller than she is. I mean, literally like almost a foot taller. Looks like it's like a 7 foot long spear. It's huge. It's massive. And the fact that she has some amazing training, swordplay training from Game of Thrones is really going to kind of bring another aspect to this when she kind of gets into that, having that weapon. I'm really excited to see her fight with that and see what she's going to do with that. So, but it's really going to be interesting to see why that spear is the weapon that she chose. And like they kind of pointed out, and I also thought this as well, like other people online, is this something that elite First Order troops get? Like only the elite of the elite, or is this their weapon of choice? I mean, so I wonder kind of how that's going to work. But a lot of people are just speculating she's just going straight for Finn in this. But like I said earlier, I think that a lot of people don't know he's alive because Kylo Ren probably thought he killed him on Starkiller Base. So I think when she does find out that he's alive, that's when she goes after him. But I've already kind of discussed that. I just kind of wanted to point that out again. So we'll find out in the fall because we have a comic book and also a book coming for Captain Phasma. So we have 2 Phasma things coming out, I believe. No, I think it's just the comic. Yeah, it's just the comic. For some reason, I thought we were getting a book too. Maybe I'm wrong. I think we are. If I'm correct, I hope I'm not like way off on this one. But if I'm wrong, let me know about it. If I'm right, let me know about it too. Yeah, I like being told I'm right. But yeah, so that's about Captain Phasma. So I wanted to kind of get into a couple more characters. We see Laura Dern and Benicio del Toro's character as well. And now we can, all of our minds can stop racing and trying to figure out who the heck they are because they let us know. He is going to be only going by DJ, and she is going to be Vice Admiral Amilyn Holdo. Holdo, yes. Holdo. Amilyn Holdo, yes. Okay. Also, they point out that Benicio's character is not really DJ. It's just something that the film crew called him behind the scenes. So I wonder. Also, Ryan Johnson told Vanity Fair that there's a reason why they call him DJ. And okay, so I don't see us exploring nightclubs in the Star Wars universe, but if they do, that'd be very, very intriguing. Because they're speculating here on this article here if this is a musical kind of moniker they gave him because he's in the music side of the galaxy. But I wonder if it's more the fact that he kind of runs a venue of some sort. It's very intriguing. And a lot of people heard some rumors and reports coming out of the set that he was also called the Man in Black. And a lot of people speculated if he was within the First Order or maybe even another dark side user, which I doubt now, since we found out the character's name is DJ, unless it's short for something specific. I mean, people immediately hear DJ and they jump to disc jockey, like they immediately think DJ in a club. So, I mean, I wonder if it means DJ is in his, if those D and J means something else. Like it couldn't mean absolutely something else that has nothing to do with music and DJ. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's going to be interesting to see. He's such a great actor too. So whatever they give him, whatever he does, he's going to bring another level to it because he's that good of an actor. So we'll see if he's going to be kind of a villain or a bad guy or kind of like a smuggler or kind of like kind of one who sells information to whoever wants it. We'll kind of see. So the next character, which by the way, this image of Laura Dern as her new character, Vice Admiral Amelin Holdo, like purple hair, silver head accessory, really standout lavender colored robes. It's very regal looking, very much. So I wonder, I believe that she is, yes, she's a vice admiral in the Resistance. And I've heard rumors and speculation that she's going to be butting heads with Leia the whole time. And I wonder if she'll kind of end up coming to see where Leia's coming from. Because a lot of people didn't really, like, I mean, with the Resistance and the New Republic, the Resistance was Leia's section that she took out to go against the First Order because nobody believed that the First Order was a big enough threat at the time, where she was like basically saying, hey, no, the First Order is a significant threat and it needs to be dealt with immediately before it becomes bigger. And I believe when this film starts, it'll be Leia will basically be redeemed, unfortunately, because of what they did to Hosnian Prime in the New Republic and the fleet of the New Republic. So it's just very interesting to see what's going to happen with Leia and her character after people discover how bad the First Order was and how right the Resistance was to go after them and to really kind of try to hunt them down. And now with the Resistance having a really small fleet, I wonder, and also the New Republic fleet being completely destroyed, will they have a new fleet or new ships? Or are they going to find new ships? Because I believe when we see the First Order in this film the first time, they're going to have regrouped and because I guarantee you, it was not even close to the amount of people in the First Order that was on the Starkiller base. It's like not everybody in the Empire was on the Death Star. There were a lot of admirals and stormtroopers and officers and Star Destroyers left. So I do think, we do know from some of the canon books that some Star Destroyers are left, and even the Emperor's Super Star Destroyer is left as well, which I do believe is where Snoke is. I think he's on that Star Destroyer, or he's on Vader's castle on Mustafar. One of the two. I do believe we will revisit that with Snoke or Kylo in the upcoming films. So, but I got off topic there. So that's a little bit about Benicio del Toro's character and Laura Dern's character, just by their appearance, basically, and by what they're calling Del Toro. So we'll have to wait and see what else they give us in upcoming months. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get another trailer. We'll probably get a final trailer probably September or October. We got our last trailer, then international trailer in September for The Force Awakens. So I believe we're going to get probably a teaser trailer before, maybe a D23 will get a teaser trailer, or at Comic-Con. And then we'll get a final trailer like October-ish. So yeah, that's going to be very intriguing to see if we get two more trailers or just one. I mean, I don't know, we'll get an international trailer for the trailers we get, but are we going to get main trailers, one more or two more? There's a possibility there's three more coming. I mean, we might get another quick teaser and another teaser and then a full trailer. My brain is like way weird today, so I apologize for all the stuttering and mispronounce. Look, I said miscommunication. I meant mispronunciation. Wow. I'm off today. Anyway. So that was a little bit about their characters. And so next up, I want to talk about Finn. In the article, John Boyega said this. Okay, he's talking about the lightsaber wounds which are more dangerous than others. He said, once it's in, it continues to burn the skin and the cells. It's not a piece of flame that whacks your body. It's not something that works like a stab wound. It's really brutal, he says. So basically what he's saying is that once a lightsaber hits your skin, it doesn't stop burning. It's like an acidic burn. So it continues to burn and tear down cells. It's not just like fire where you put it out, it's done. So really quickly, I want to say, we saw him wearing what looked like some kind of medical suit in some kind of machine and medical bay thing in the trailer for The Last Jedi. So apparently it's a Bacta suit, which is to help him recover after he comes out of the coma. However, the challenge to keep him alive and mobile does not end. So basically they're saying that there's some additional things that need to be done to make him mobile. He's definitely in a place where he needs some help. That's what John Boyega is saying in the article. So I wonder if it's going to be more of like a disability now that he has. So I don't know. It's very interesting to see. I just think that with the technology to replace limbs and replace everything else in the Star Wars galaxies and in the canon and what we've seen in the films, I think that it's going to start with him just being really bad shape. And as he continues to heal in the Bacta suit, as he has to get back in it maybe every day or every other day, or at the end of the day, he has to get in it to sleep, something like that, his body will continue to regenerate. Because I'm sure that they have the technology to do that in the Star Wars universe. We haven't seen like regeneration in the films. I mean, it might have happened in Legends. I don't know. And if that's the case, let me know in the comments at YouTube or Facebook, or hit me up on Twitter at the Geek Planet. Is there any time in Legends where there was a regenerative kind of, I don't know how to like medical assistance when it comes to regenerative properties in Star Wars, in Legends? So just let me know on Twitter. I mean, I'd like to know, because I haven't read a lot of Legends stuff, and it's interesting to kind of see that side of it. So, by the way, if you're hearing a jingling in the background, it's my dog. She's walked in the room, and her collar is kind of jingling a little bit. I think she barked a few minutes ago, too. Okay, so also he says it's going to take him some time to get back on the ball, but when he does, he does. So that's what it sounds like. It's confirming to me that he's going to start off in really, really bad shape. And as he continues to get medical help and he continues to rely on the Bacta suit and heal, he heals and heals and heals and heals until he's kind of back to his old self. I don't think he'll ever be up to his original self because of how bad of a hit that was from the lightsaber, like right up the spine. But we'll see. He's probably going to be back to his old self, cracking jokes, being silly, just being Finn like he was in Force Awakens. He wasn't cracking jokes, but he was funny because he was nervous a lot, and I think he used the humor to kind of mask how scared he was a lot of the times, and that's why a lot of people loved his character, because he was so energetic, and that's why Boyega brought such a different thing to this character, and nobody else could have played this character but him. So, also, they just kind of wanted, like I said, they just wanted to keep the humor that Abrams established in the Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I'm guessing we're going to get, it says the biggest comic relief in that film was Finn, so expect more lighthearted good times from that party in spite of his injury. So yes, I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. So, that's all I want to talk about Finn. So, let's get really quickly into some other stuff that I want to talk about. There's some really, really good photos that came out of this article. Annie Leibovitz is a really renowned, really famous photographer. She did The Force Awakens, and I believe she did episode 3, Vanity Fair, maybe even episode 2. I believe it's just episode 3, but she did a lot of the Star Wars stuff, and as well with the magazine. If you guys want to read this, like all this stuff, go to Vanity Fair. They have like a complete list of everything that's coming out of the magazine. I'm sure there's stuff saved for the issue coming out on stands, and like they released pictures yesterday, they released a lot of stuff today. It's just kind of like last year where we got, or 2 years ago, with The Force Awakens, we got images and then a little bit of information for like a week. It kind of was peppered through the week. So I wonder if they're just kind of like putting it all out today, but we'll see. So there's some really stunning photos that have come out of the shoot. There's a really amazingly beautiful picture with Billy Lord and Carrie Fisher together. And it just shows that mother-daughter bond. And that photo just captured it so well. It's just really beautifully shot. Annie Leibovitz is such a great photographer. She knows what to do. And Billy Lord is going to be returning as Lieutenant Cadell Connix. That was her name. She was in The Force Awakens, of course, just rocking that, or having that, the Princess Leia hair buns made iconic by her mother, which, by the way, that's why she wears earmuffs in Scream Queens on Fox, the show she's in on Fox, which is really, really funny, by the way. You should check it out. She's great in that. That's a, like, homage to her mother, which is really awesome. There's also a really, really stunning photo with her and Mark Hamill just hugging, and it just nice embrace. And I really hope we get them together on the screen. I really hope so. I wonder if, I mean, I was talking to some fans down at Celebration, and we were talking about, we all love not The Last Jedi. We all love The Force Awakens. But there's one thing we really wish could have happened. We all wanted to see that reunion with Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Luke Skywalker, and we didn't get it. And now Solo is dead in the movies, and Fisher is dead outside the films. So, do we get that reunion between sister and brother? Between brother and sister? Between the Skywalker twins? Do we get that reunion? I mean, I'm hoping and praying they got to film that before she passed. Because that was one thing missing from The Force Awakens, was to see them back together. And it's unfortunate we didn't get them all three back on screen together. But I'm hoping that they really kind of learned their mistake, and we're like, we have to get Luke and Leia together. At some point, I think Leia will come to Octo, however you pronounce it. A lot of people are saying either way, but I think we will get there. I'm really, oh my God, I hope we get that in this film. Please have listened to the fans and get them together. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's still baffling to me, like, when I look back at it now. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from The Force Awakens, but to not have those three together on screen was just heartbreaking towards the end of the film. But now, I still haven't heard anything about Billy D. Williams in the film, but I'm really hoping he shows up as Lando. I mean, maybe they're saving him for episode 9, but he was such an integral part of that group, and by the time Return of the Jedi came around, because he helped Luke and Leia rescue Han and Chewie from Jabba, and he helped destroy the second Death Star in the third film. It just, yeah, I'd really hope he shows back up, and I really don't understand why we haven't heard anything about it. I mean, I think he'll be in it. I really do. So, but these photos in this magazine, you guys need to go check this stuff out. It's beautifully shot. Every single image is amazing. There's also a video right now online from Vanity Fair where it shows some behind the scenes stuff. Has Carrie Fisher in it, Adam Driver, everybody in it. It's just really awesome to check out. So, you guys need to go check that out. Dork Side of the Force is where I've got a lot of these stories from today. You can go check them out at dorksideoftheforce.com. That is dorksideoftheforce.com. Also, today is Wednesday. So that means the Star Wars show on StarWars.com has been released. So you guys might want to go check that out as well. All right. So I think whoops, I'm sorry. I just knocked over some of my bobbleheads on my computer. I've got John Wick pointing his gun at me right now, and it's Jen pointing her blaster at me right now too. I both have two Funko Pops right in front of my computer monitor here that are pointing guns at me. So I have all my Vader stuff, of course, on the side here on my side shelves, but I think I'm going to wrap it up this week. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to talk about right now. I just want to let you guys know, if you follow my YouTube channel at all, if you follow my social media, you'll know that in the last few weeks, we've been promoting a show coming to our YouTube channel called The Road to Star Wars Celebration 2019. Now, This show started as something and it's turned into something else. And we shot 2 or 3 episodes that couldn't have been used. So we're trying to get stuff done. The episode we recorded last week apparently looks really good. The lighting's a lot better. Just things look a lot better. So I think we're hoping and praying it's coming out this weekend. Memorial Day weekend would be the great time to release this. So we're really, especially on the heels of all this news that's coming out. The stuff we discussed is from last week, but I really want you guys to tune into this show and check it out. It's Star Wars fans talking about Star Wars for Star Wars fans. It's a show that's going to unite Star Wars fans. That's our goal. We're doing everything from now until the celebration 2019. And we're just going to do everything from book releases to comic releases to movie releases, Force Fridays, things like that. Anything we can do live on location or go record at, that's our goal. We also want to all be together for the Last Jedi premiere if we can. I'm in Indiana. We have somebody in Massachusetts. We have somebody in Arizona, 2 people in Arizona. So everybody's kind of spread out. Also, me and Sam, you'll meet him on the first episode, are going to be your main hosts. We have a couple other guys that are going to come in and out and do some things for us. But I just urge you guys to keep checking back to the Geek Blend YouTube channel for when the show pops up, because it's really going to be something special and something we're going to be putting our heart and soul into. I will still be doing Vader's Castle podcasts, and starting hopefully next week, I'm going to start doing a guest with me. Not the same person. Hopefully maybe get 2 or 3 people that rotate in and out, but I've want to talk to one guy mainly about this, and we're going to try to schedule a time to do this. So that way next time, and hopefully in the future, most of the Vader's podcast episodes will be me and somebody else. Whether it be my friends that I met at Celebration, some friends that I have here in town, some friends I had that want to live right back up north just a few months ago that want to do Star Wars, like discuss Star Wars. Then eventually I'll be looking to get Star Wars podcasters, Star Wars YouTubers, and Star Wars bloggers on with me to discuss Star Wars. So if you are a Star Wars podcaster, blogger, or you just love to talk about Star Wars and you want to get in touch with me and do an episode with me, and so you can talk Star Wars, I'm all about that. I want to bring fans and other, because I'm a fan. This is what this is. I'm a fan talking Star Wars. I want to bring other fans and other Star Wars YouTubers and Star Wars podcasters in with me for interviews and just analysis and all kinds of cool stuff. So Vader's podcast and then the Road to Star Wars Celebration. One's audio, one's video. We're going to have 2 big fan things going to continue. And I'm sorry it took this long to put out another episode of Vader's Castle. Been working on all kinds of different things. The YouTube channel is getting better and bigger. Been doing more movie reviews, and I've got a news video coming out in the next couple days, so continue to keep an eye on that. Also, if you're on iTunes, I would love it if you could go rate this podcast, give it a thumbs up on your iPhone or your iPad or your computer if you're on iTunes. Also, if you're on Podomatic, if you could do the same, or on SoundCloud, if you could do the same as well. I really appreciate that. It really, really helps raise the podcast up in the ranks. The more reviews, the more views it gets, the more people will see it. The more people this will get out to people who are Star Wars fans and can kind of listen to this like I do with other Star Wars podcasts and either agree or disagree with. So, but anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week of Vader's Castle. It's been great talking to you guys. It's been great talking about this really amazing Vanity Fair article. I'm sure I missed a couple things here and there from the article. I apologize if I did. Make sure you go to vanityfair.com and check out the article there and all the pictures. Also, check out StarWars.com for all your daily Star Wars, official Star Wars news. Thank you guys for watching. Or, I'm sorry, I'm on the YouTube brain. My brain is the YouTube right now. I apologize. Thank you guys for tuning into this podcast today. Really appreciated it. Happy May. Hope you guys have a really great Memorial Day weekend. May the Force be with you always.
We would be honored if you would join us.